We will kick this off. So, hey everyone, welcome to our team happy hour, or virtual happy hours now, since we cannot have happy hours in person, I guess. I wanted to start, as usual, with recognition. I hope everyone is hanging in there with this quarantine thing, and you realize we've got a big job to do, and there's a lot of people that need us. So, it's an amazing time to be a coach. And we do have a guest speaker tonight. So, let me go ahead and get started with the recognition so we can give her all the time. All right. So welcome. If this is your first call, I wanted to welcome our new coaches for the month of March so far. If your name is up here, we're excited to have you on the team. And if this is your first call, I wanted to go over some things to help you get started with your business and some things that you can focus on right now. I know if this is not your first call, you've heard me say this before, this will just be a review for you. But I wanted to just do this in the beginning of each call because we're always having new coaches on. And I think it's great to, just do this every week. And then also, it's never a bad thing to be refreshed. So first, if you are brand new, the first thing you want to do is start your challenge and get results. That means commit to the program that you signed up with. Do that program from day 1 to day 21, day 1 to day 30, however long the program is. And get results like it's your job, because it really is. It is your job to commit to your goals and get yourself some results, because that's what's going to show other people that if you can do it, so can they. And if you think about it right now, I already said it's a great time to be a coach, but it really, truly is an amazing time right now to be a coach. There's tons of people who are at home looking for a solution. They're literally stuck in their homes. They can't go to the gym. And this is our way to show them that, these programs do have value. So make sure that you do commit to your journey and you commit to your nutrition. That involves your nutrition, your Shakeology, all of it, not just doing the workouts, and you give it your all. Number 2, you want to practice the vital behaviors. And these are be proof the products work, which if you're committing to your journey and sharing that, you're doing that. You are going to be connecting with other people and inviting people to join you. And think about it this way: if you were not invited, you would not be here. So don't keep that to yourself. Make sure you get out there and share this amazing community with other people who may need this in their life too. And then also the follow-up piece is super important. You don't want to just invite people and never follow up with them. Fortunes in the follow-up. 9 times out of 10, when people do decide to join you, it's because you followed up with them. So be sure that you're also doing that. You want to help people get results. So once you have people that join you, you want to help them do the same thing. You want to help them commit to their program. You're going to hold them accountable in your challenge group with your coach, or maybe you have your own. And that's what we do as coaches. And then the last thing is to do your personal development. And I always say the same thing every call, but personal development is 2 things. It's personal, and development means that you're doing something with it. You're developing yourself. So you're not just reading for 15 minutes to check a box. You are reading or listening to something and then asking yourself, how can I apply this to my life? How can I apply this to my business? And you're making sure that you're doing something that is for you, what you need at this point in your life. And you can ask your coach for recommendations. We've got tons of recommendations in the team pages. So there's never a lack of resources. It's just perhaps a lack of resourcefulness if you're not going to go out there and use them. Number 3, you want to hit what's called Success Club, and that's something that you want to do every single month. Now, these coaches that you see speaking on our team calls every single week, I don't know if you realize, but one thing in common with all of these guest speakers, every single one of them has been a Success Club All-Star legend, which means they have hit Success Club for 24 months in a row, and even then some. Like our guest speaker tonight has hit Success Club like 74 months or something crazy like that in a row. So that goes to show you that Success Club is important for your business. It's important for consistency and growth. And if you have these big goals for yourself and your future and your business, you need to be hitting Success Club. Now, what does that mean? It just means that you're helping at least 3 people. If you got big, huge goals, I suggest more than 3 people, but helping at least 3 people get started on their journey, just like you did with a total solution that we have, Shakeology or Performance Line and Beachbody On Demand. It's really important that you offer that whole solution from the get-go. Maybe not everybody's going to need the whole solution. Maybe they have a gym that they work out at, probably not right now, but maybe in the future. You might run into people that already have a fitness plan, but they need the nutrition support. You can still help that person. Or if somebody is good with nutrition, they just need workouts. Yes, you can still help that person with our Beachbody On Demand. but always let people know about the total solution, because it really is truly the best value for them and the best value as far as being able to help them get their results. They're going to have everything they need. And the other thing that goes along with that too is you want to hit what's called Emerald. Emerald just means there's 2 people on your team. They don't have to be working coaches like you. It's ideal if they are, but it is not wrong if they're not. They can be a parent, they could be a spouse, they could be a sibling, they could literally be anyone who wants to support your business and get healthy with you. Think about your best friends, like who would you call if you heard there was a concert going on? Not that anything's going on right now, but if there's a concert, if Beyonce's having a concert, who would you call and be like, hey, you're coming with me? Who are those people that are your ride or die, your go-to people? When something's going on, you call them, you want to go hang out with them. Those are the people that you want to ask. Those are the people that you want to share this with, because you want to have accountability partners to do this with together. So you can reach out to your coach and they'll give you more specifics as to like why you want to hit Emerald, why it's important. But just know if you're here and you want to make any sort of income with this business, you must hit Emerald in order to do that, in order to make a substantial income, because you unlock a lot of other earning potential that you do not have access to as a coach. And then, like I said, make that a non-negotiable every month. Become a success starter. I know that there is no Summit 2020 right now, but I'm sure that when you earn success starter, perhaps they'll make it so you get a ticket to next year. But you also will get to be in a test group if you're a success starter. And that just means that you've hit Success Club in your first 3 out of 6 months. So if you signed up in March, you have March, April, May, June, July, August. If you hit Success Club in 3 out of those 6 months, you will be a success starter. Obviously, you should hit it in all the months, but just know that you do have a little wiggle room in your first 6 months as a coach to do that. And then the next thing you're going to do is complete your new coach launch plan. That's probably like the first thing you're going to like shoot over to and get that done. It's a PDF. Your coach can give that to you. It's also tagged in the team pages. If you have trouble finding it, just reach out to your coach and ask them what it is that they're using for that. And plug into our self-paced team training. It is just like some videos that Beachbody kind of collaborated and put together that you can watch, and it'll teach you all the things that you need to know. But what I do want to say is this is a earn as you learn business. Don't expect to learn everything and then you're going to work the business, because you're never going to learn everything. I'm still learning stuff every single day, and there's always things that are changing. So you have to learn, apply, fail forward, and just keep chugging along. And that's the only way that you're going to have success in this business. And then you're going to duplicate that. So everything that you have learned, you're going to share with the people that you are bringing onto the team and teach them how to do what you've done. And once you know how to do something, you're able to teach other people how to do it too. And that's how this business will grow. And that's how you'll achieve all those goals that you have for yourself on your vision board. So let's start with Success Club leaders. So far this month, the month is not over. I know it's the last day of the month, but I signed up 2 people today. So if I can sign up 2 people today, anybody on this call can too. And there is still time left in the month. If you have not locked in Success Club, I don't want you giving up on your goals. I want you to keep pushing for that goal. And if you, at the end of the day, at 11:59 p.m., if you did everything you possibly could and you still missed that goal, I will still be proud of you, because you still showed up and you still pushed hard to make it happen. But if you decide to just whatever and, oh, well, I missed it this month, I'm going to try next month, then you didn't give it your all. So always make sure that you are showing up until that last minute to make it happen if it is not. But so far, who have locked it in is myself, Emmy, Natalie, Sammy, Sarah, and Savannah. Lots of S's. And everybody else, on the other hand, on the other side of the board, are on the board, which means they helped at least 1 or 2 people. Again, like I said, no numbers are on here because I don't want comparison to happen between people on the team. I really just want everyone to understand that we're doing this together. We're all helping as many people as we can as a team, and you're either in Success Club or you're not. So get your butt on the other side if you are still working on that. And if this is your first month and you like literally this is your first call, do not stress out and think you need to help 3 people by the end of tonight. You do have next month to do that, so don't panic. All right, our top volume leaders this week, our top volume leader is Valeria. So congratulations to you, Missy. Also, I will get to it later, but she is one of the winners of our Emoji Madness group, so congrats to you. This is our most updated leaderboard, although it's probably a teensy bit out of date as of right now. But we do have our coach of the week, Sarah Jennings. who is crushing it, signing up coaches. She's got girls going Emerald. She's on fire. I wanted to also shout out every single person on this board, whether you're in the 150 club or the 1,000 club, you are contributing to the volume of this team. You are an important part of this team. Everybody here counts. Everyone matters. So if your name is up here, thank you for doing your part and showing up for your own journey. And maybe that means you're just ordering your Shakeology every single month. Maybe that means that you're sharing this with other people, whatever it means. I just wanted to say thank you for showing up and being a part of this team because we appreciate you. And then in the 1,000 club, I have myself, Emmy, Sammy, and Natalie. This is our April calendar. So this is going to be posted tomorrow in the team page. So just look out for that. Make sure once this is up, you go and make sure you add all of the things to your planner. We've got some really great guest speakers coming up in the next couple of weeks. So make sure that you mark your calendars to be on those team calls. Alrighty, what is new? It is a new month tomorrow, so be sure to take some time to set your April goals. And I really want you to share them with your coach. So that means writing them down, typing them out, texting them, whatever you want to do. Send them over to your coach so that they know how they can support you the best during the month of April and help you get closer to your goals and crush them. And then also our winners of the emoji group, because the emoji group is over and it was so much fun. Those of you who participated, like I said in the team page, thank you so much for doing that and stepping outside of your comfort zone and just fully participating and having an awesome time in there. But our first place winner is Valeria Hernandez. Second place, we have Robin, and Allison is in third place. Now, Valeria, for showing up, she earned herself $70 for showing up and collecting 21 emojis. Yeah, make it rain. And these are things that, I mean, do you want to speak really quick about like your experience? Because I see your face.
Sure. Yeah. I personally I know I've been around for a long time. Like maybe some people are a bit like, why did she participate? She's not even a new coach. But last year I just felt like I had gotten really disengaged and like putting my value on my rank, which has been the same for like years. So I participate in this because I just wanted that like new refresh sense of like, being really into my business and like doing things that are bringing me joy and not necessarily like if it means that it's going to lead to a sale or not, but just because it's helping people. And I think that it got me better reconnected to like why I am even in this business is literally to help people. So I really love that aspect of it and just having it be like more than just the vitals. Like we were doing other stuff that was really fun too. So definitely recommend if you do it again, like more people should participate because the more people are in it, the more fun it is.
Yeah, everyone did such a great job too. I had some girls going live that never did that before and talking on their stories and dancing on their stories and just having fun with this business. And that's really the most important thing, that if you're not having fun, then, what fun is it? Like this is something that should be fun. So like I said before, thank you everyone who did participate. It was lots of fun, and congrats to our winners. If this is on there from last week though, I'm sure you probably already figured this out. They're resetting all the passwords. So if you get a notification that you need to reset your password or you have trouble logging in, it is legit. Just make sure you do that. 10 rounds is launching for customers April 6th. So if you want more information about 10 rounds, you can go to FAQ 1010 and it'll have, which is super easy to remember. Thank you, Beachbody, for making it 1010. But if you need any information about the packages or literally anything, I know a lot of you have already started doing the program. I'm seeing you all on our virtual Zoom looking like you're beating up some invisible people, looking like total badasses over there. But if you need any info on it, check out the FAQ and just know that customers are able to order April 6th. So what you should be doing now is reaching out to all of those people who have Beachbody on demand, and maybe they have a Shakeology order that is shipping soon. Talk to them about the completion pack. Talk to them about performance, like the performance completion pack, if they haven't tried that. If you have people who are just have Beachbody on demand and don't have an HD order of Shakeology or Performance Line, talk to them about the completion pack. These are just really simple things that you can do. Your customers are your best customers. Like you people that you have already in your system are your best people because they already believe in the value of what you have, and you don't have to teach them that. They already know it's amazing stuff. They already believe in our program. So don't miss out on that. Make sure you're talking to your current customers about this as well, and not just worrying about the people who aren't your customers yet. Your current customers are just as important. Unfortunately, I'm sure you saw I posted this in the team page, but Summit 2020 has been canceled due to the coronavirus. So super sad, but I'm 100% sure that Beachbody is just going to do some really awesome virtual thing and make up for it. So don't get all sad about it. We will make the most of this. We will have fun, and maybe we'll do something special too with the team. I haven't even had a chance to think about it yet, but we will come up with something as far as that goes. Social media shout outs of the week. We have two, Savannah Shuffler and Rachel Taylor. I chose these posts this week, not only because they're great photos and good lighting, because that's important too, but I really liked Rachel's post because she was talking about what it is that she can be grateful for in this situation. I think that what we're going through right now, not only is it new to everyone, it's scary, it's uncertain, there's a lot of uncertainty going on. We need to be the light. We need to be the positivity in people's lives that they're missing right now. So I really like that she was able to take a situation, she's home now. She's able to stay home, drink her coffee, write down her goals, and she's talking about being grateful for the circumstance of being able to be home. And then Savannah's, I really liked her post, not only because it's a super cute picture, but she also was talking about how right now is a great time to be a coach, and how having this accountability as a coach has been huge for her. She was somebody who wasn't able to stick to a program completely, and just having a passion and excitement for something right now besides her current job. She's also a teacher, I believe. It's just a really great coaching post. So you can't really read the whole thing because the way that it's cropped, but if you want to go check out these posts, make sure you follow these girls on Instagram, and you can read their posts and just save it in a folder as these are examples of great posts. I have tons of folders in my Instagram of different things like that. So it's a good habit to get into. So shout out to you two ladies. Awesome job this week. Our transformation highlight of the week, we have Christy Kako. Also half the pictures chopped off. I apologize. But I really love Christy's transformation picture for a couple of reasons. But number one, I love how she always takes photos from her past and shows now. She does this a lot. And it's not always just the physical transformation. I can see such a difference in her happiness. She's glowing, not just with sweat, but she's beaming from the inside out. And I think it's super important to show these type of transformations. So that's why it's not always every week. It's not always just day 1 and day 20. I think it's equally as important to go back and remember where you were before you were a coach. So shout out to you, Christy. I love this post, and just keep doing an awesome job with these transformation posts. And also teachable moment. She's got a watermark on there. I don't know if you could see that. That's important. If you're posting a side-by-side, I always forget to do it, but it's something that is a great habit to get into so that people can't take your post and post it as she got these results with the plastic wrap thing or whatever. It's her photo. It's got her name kind of across it. So just be a little more cautious about doing that. And our Level Up Tribal Award winner is Brittany Dyer. I chose Brittany this week because she not only hit Emerald and Success Club within a matter of days, she also has been a coach for a little bit, and I really feel like she's finally coming into herself and realizing that she can do this and she can be successful at this. And it's just a really awesome thing when you see that spark go off in someone and they realize that they can. So I wanted to point that out and shout her out for just doing an awesome job. And I see her coaches on here, and she's super proud of her too. So congratulations to you, Brittany. And if you have anybody you want to shout out on the team call and you want to shout them out in the chat right now, would be a good time to do that while I introduce our guest speaker of the night. So let me stop sharing. Alrighty. Anyone celebrating in the chat? Yes. Yeah, Christy's transformation photos are always bomb. I agree. Anyone else you want to shout out, put them in the chat. And if we have time at the end, we'll go through those together. But our guest speaker tonight, so I don't know if you know Cassidy yet, but I had the pleasure of meeting her at Leadership. Like many of the guest speakers that we've had on our calls the past couple of weeks, we connected at Leadership. And we hung out most of the time. We were there. It was me, Cassidy, and a couple other girls, some of them that you're going to meet in the next coming weeks. But something about her just really stood out to me that I knew her story. I heard her talk in the National Wake Up Call before I had met her, and she was a coach that I was like, I need to meet this girl. I'd love to talk to her. I'd love to pick her brain. And it was really awesome to actually have the opportunity to do that and hang out at leadership. So I'm not going to give it all away. Obviously, the title of this call is how she went from Emerald to Elite in 1 year. And that is a huge feat. So shout out to you for that. But there are a lot of other awesome things that she has done too. So I'm just going to go down the list. And if I make any mistakes, because I know I asked you these like a month ago, they might be a little outdated by now. Just feel free to, chime in. So she is currently a lifetime 5-star diamond in her first CBC. She is a diamond in her controlled CBC, which is like a spouse account or a secondary family account. She's also 1 star in her second CBC. She's 1-time elite, 1-time premier coach. She's a Success Club 10 All-Star legend for 74 consecutive months, which is why Success Club is important. I'm not just saying it. All these coaches that you hear from every week, they're always legends. She also was a full-time coach at 23 and left her corporate retail job. She was a success starter as well. She's been on the National Wake Up Call. If you haven't seen it, go through the archives and check it out because it was an amazing one. And she is also a dog mom, like many of us. So with that, I'm just going to pass it over to you and shut up and give you all the rest of the time. And if any of that was wrong, feel free to fix all of that. So thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate, you taking the time to be here tonight. I just want to shout you guys out for being here in the first place, because you guys are the movers, right? Like, you're the people showing up for your business, and it's going to pay off. So thank you for being here and listening tonight. I hope that I can provide some sort of value, something for you guys to learn and take away from this call tonight. I will tell you guys right from the beginning, I am not a slides person so I'm not going to have this gorgeous, that PowerPoint you just did. I was like, oh my gosh, that would have taken me 15 hours to make. It was beautiful. But that is not me. So if I also will get very distracted by the chat if I try to read it during the call. So I promise I'm not ignoring you. If you chat something in, I will go back at the end and look at the chat and let you guys, ask any questions you have. But I do have some notes for myself, and I hope that you guys are ready to take some notes too. And I'm just gonna jump in. So thanks for introducing me. It's great when you do that, so then I don't have to spend more time doing that as well. But like she said, I started coaching a little over 3 years ago. And I've been a full-time coach for the last 2 years. And I started in college when I was working full-time. I was working 3 jobs and going to school full-time. So my life was insanely busy. So anybody on here that wants to use busy as an excuse, you might as well just throw that right out the window, because I was probably the busiest person you could have ever met. But we find time for the things that are important to us, right? So this business was important to me, so I made time for it. And with this topic of just how I went Emerald to Elite in the first year, I have a couple different things I'm going to talk about. But the first thing is that I want to say is I want you guys to take me off the pedestal that you might have put me on the minute that you heard her name all these accolades, right? Because I'm guilty of doing this too. As soon as we hear all these amazing things that somebody has done, we immediately put them on this pedestal. Like, wow, she's done X, Y, and Z. That's so cool, but she's up here and I'm here, right? And that is not the case. Like, I am a normal human being just like you guys. I don't have anything special other than the fact that I put in the work every single day and worked my butt off to get where I am today. I didn't have any secret. I didn't have any experience. I didn't have anything special that you guys don't have already to have success in this business. So just want you first off to take me off the pedestal, bring me back down, and realize that you guys have exactly what I have and can achieve the same success that I have and everybody else that you hear speak on these calls. It's just a matter of more time and consistency putting in the work. So the first thing that I want to say is The biggest thing I think, especially as a new coach, to realize is that you have to be okay with not knowing everything. Not just in the beginning, but like Carolyn said in the beginning of this call, that she's still learning, right? We're continuously learning and growing every single day in this business. And every time I jump on a call, every time I get on a live power hour, whatever it may be, I learn something new. And I think that's the thing that can be hard when you come into this, is you want to know everything right away. You want all the answers. You want to do all the trainings. You want all the scripts, all the resources, all the things. But you can't wait for all of that to start, and you're going to learn so much more as you go. And I use this analogy all the time with my team. They've heard it a million times, but I'm a big analogy person. So I think of it like riding a bike, right? So if you're learning how to ride a bike, you're going to learn how to ride the bike by getting on the damn bike and riding, right? You're not going to learn by reading a manual or watching a YouTube video. Like, you can watch 15 YouTube videos on how to ride a bike, but you're not going to learn how to actually ride the bike until you get on the bike and ride. And you're probably going to fall down. You're probably going to crash, right? You take those training wheels off for the first time. So maybe, you're doing something for yourself the first time, like you're doing your first post, or you're doing your first video or invite or whatever it may be, and you take those training wheels off and you might fall down a couple times, right? You might be going after a big goal and you might fail, but do you stop trying to learn how to ride a bike when you fall down the first time? No, like, you get back up and you keep going until you figure it out, right? Like, you would never tell your child, because they're learning how to walk, if they fell down, like, oh, that's it, we're not gonna try that one again. No, like, you're gonna keep trying until you figure out. And it's the same thing with this business. Like, you just have to keep going. And I promise you that if you just keep going, you will build that momentum and you will learn everything that you need to learn. And you will learn so much more by trying it and failing forward than you ever will watching somebody else do it or trying to learn how somebody else does it. So I think that's really, really important. Is just be okay not knowing everything and be okay failing forward. The next thing that I want to say is, it's so important with that you go all in, like 100%. This is why I have had so much success from the very beginning of when I started coaching, because I didn't allow that fear of not knowing everything in the beginning or not having experience stop me. I went all in from day one, not just with this business, but with every single aspect of it. So with my workouts, with my nutrition, I went all in. I followed the plan to a T, and it's why I was able to speak confidently as a brand new coach to the people I was talking to, because I went all in with it. And when you go all in, you're going to feel absolutely incredible, and you're going to want to shout it from the rooftops. A week into my first program, I was a brand new coach and challenger at the same time. So I had no idea what I was doing. I had never done any of these programs, but I followed the program, the nutrition plan, and the workouts. And a week into it, I felt so good that I just wanted to tell everybody. I wanted everybody else to feel the way that I felt. And I wanted them to have the support and community that I was a part of. I wanted them to know that they could fit in a workout in their busy schedule and relieve some of that stress that they were going through in their day. I wanted them to know that they didn't have to do these crazy diets or give up the foods they loved to see results. I wanted them to know that they didn't have to go spend hours at the gym working out, killing themselves to get results, because those were all things that I thought I had to do. So I wanted to tell everybody, just like when there's anything that you love, I have like a brand of workout gear that I absolutely love. And I talk about it like every single day on my stories. I'm wearing their stuff all the time. And I'm always like, y'all, you guys have to get these workout pants. Like, they're the best ones ever. And I talk about it all the time because I love them and I want other people to experience it. So it's no different with these workouts, with this business. Anything that you love, you want to naturally share with other people. But until you go all in, you're not really going to have that confidence and that belief behind it and in yourself. And so going all in And it's no different than I'm sure you've heard. I think Emily Faber was the first one that kind of said it, but it's been said before. But if you kind of sort of try, you kind of sort of like you get kind of sort of results, right? So what you put in is what you get out. So if you kind of sort of follow your meal plan, you know that you're not really going to get the best results. It's the same thing with this business. If you're dabbling 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and you're doing your business activity tracker 3 days of the week, and you're just kind of sort of doing things, but you're not really going all in, or you're doing 2 of the vitals, but not all 4, then you're going to get kind of sort of results from this business. And the reason that I saw a lot of success from the beginning is because I went all in with everything. I did every single vital every single day, and I followed. It's a game of follow the leader, right? So success leaves clues. If you come in and you see your coach or Carolyn or me or somebody else rocking it, then you just got to do what they're doing. Like, it's not that hard. Don't overcomplicate things. But do know that you are going to get out what you put in. So your action has to match your goals, right? Like, you can't, I didn't sit there and say, oh, I want to be an elite coach, and then show up like an emerald coach every day, right? I had to show up like the person that I wanted to be before I was that person. So I had to sit down and ask myself, okay, Cassidy, if you want to be an elite coach, how does an elite coach show up? You know, what do their posts look like on social media? Are they getting up and hitting snooze every morning and just starting their day off whenever they want? Or are they getting up when their alarm goes off and starting that morning routine and having that consistency? Are they skipping doing their business activity tracker or not sending invites when they don't feel like it? No, right? Are they running coach sneak peeks themselves? Are they running their own boot camps? Like, what are they doing? And that is how I had to sit down and realize, if I want to go here, I have to do the things that the people here are doing. I'm not going to get to being an elite coach by showing up like an emerald coach. I'm going to get there by showing up like I'm already an elite coach. So, you know, it's insanity to do the same thing and expect different results, right? If your business is not moving forward, then you need to gut check yourself and ask yourself what you've been doing and how you've been showing up. And is the way that you've been showing up truly going to get you to where you want to go? Or is it getting you to what you've already gotten, right? So I think it's important to think about that and look at that. And then when you figure that out, then focusing on the controllables, right? Because it's so easy in this business to get caught up in all the things that we can't control. For example, you can't control when your friend Sally says that she's going to sign up and she's so excited, and then you send her share cart and she ghosts you for 3 months and doesn't sign up, right? Like, that's not something you can control. Or when, you know, Jamie says, oh my gosh, I'm going to go diamond this month for like 6 months in a row, and she never actually does it. That's not something you have control over. Or if a coach quits, or somebody cancels their Shakeology, or somebody says no, or whatever it may be, like, all of those things are things that you have absolutely no control over. So let go of them. Stop trying to control the things that you don't have control over. Instead, focus on the things that you do, like showing up every day and reading personal development, becoming the best possible version of yourself, putting those positive things into your mind, sending those invites, right? We can't control how many people say yes, but you can control how many people you talk to. You can control how many people you put this opportunity in front of, how many people you plant that seed with, how many people you follow up with. If you show up and you choose to press play on your workout or skip it because you don't feel like it, if you choose to, you know, show up on the days when it's hard and you don't want to, that's something you have control over. If you choose to switch your mindset when it's not in a good place, that's something you have control over. If you choose to, you know, follow your meal plan and eat the salad, even though you want the pizza and the ice cream sometimes, that's something you have control over. So you have to think about, what are the things that I can control in this business and in my life? And those are the things I'm going to focus on. And the rest of it, I'm not going to worry about. Because I can tell you what, when I decided that I was going to go after elite, being completely honest, I had no idea what that even meant. I just knew that it was a big deal, and like amazing coaches went elite, and that it would mean a lot for my team. And that's what was really important to me. But I didn't know necessarily what it was going to take to get there or how I was going to do it. When I was, I hit elite in my first year. So I was an Emerald coach. When I started in the beginning, I got to Emerald right away. I signed up my mom and my boyfriend and then my best friend, and those were my first 3 people. And then I just kept reaching out and sharing after that and kept talking to people. And I realized it was a numbers game. So the more people I talked to, the more yeses I was eventually going to get. And that doesn't always mean right away, but that is going to add up over time, right? One of the first books I read was The Compound Effect, and that helped me realize that so much. And so it's with that in this whole business. I have people signing up today that I talked to 3 years ago and followed up with 15 times, and they're just now ready. So it's just that compound effect. But going back to that, I didn't know what it was going to take to be elite. I didn't even really understand. I just knew it was a big deal, and it was something that I wanted to achieve because I knew not a lot of people did it. And I'm competitive. I'm an athlete, so I love, that competition. And I wanted to walk across stage as an elite coach. Like I saw at Summit all these amazing recognition of these elite coaches walking across stage, and I was like, I want to do that. And so I decided after Summit, I came back and I was like, you know what? I want to be an elite coach. And then it was, I got to Diamond, and then just by going Emerald over and over again, signed up a lot of discount coaches and then a couple working coaches and got to Diamond. And then I sat there for quite a while. And then at Summit, I had one of my coaches who came with me to Summit. She went Diamond. And so then I had 1 Diamond. It was me and her. And I was like, okay, I still don't know what I'm doing, but we're going to go for elite, and we're going to have 5 diamonds somehow. I'm not really sure how you got to diamond, but let's do it. And it was October, right? And I was still a 1-star diamond coach. And I decided to go for elite in October, like really go for it. I was like, okay, I'm really going to do this. I had no idea how I was going to hit elite. I was like, how am I going to get 4 more diamonds in the next 2 months and get all these elite points? Like, how am I going to do this? I don't even have like a team. It's me and this girl. But I wanted it. And if you want it bad enough, you will find a way. And so I focused on those controllables, you guys. I let go of the how, and I focused on the why. I focused on, why do I want this? What is this going to mean for my future? What is this going to mean for my life? I sat down, and every single day I wrote out that affirmation to myself. I am an elite coach. We are an elite team. I visioned it. I envisioned what it was going to look like when I walked across that stage at Summit. And I'm like getting chills even think about it. I thought about like, what was the dress I was going to be wearing when I walked across stage? Like I got so real about it that it felt like it was so real. Like it didn't even feel like it was an option to not do it. It felt like a piece of my reality. And that's where you have to get to where you have that much belief in yourself that there is no other option. Because the minute that you give yourself a plan B, it's over, right? Like, do not give yourself the option to fail. Because here's the thing, guys, like you have absolutely nothing to lose by going after it, right? There's nothing to lose. Okay, I go after it and I fail. Guess what? You're still going to move your business forward. You're still going to recruit more coaches. You're still going to inspire more people. You're still going to, get yourself in better shape than you were. Like every piece of going after big goals and big dreams moves you forward in a positive direction. No part of that is going to take you backwards in any area of your life. So you have absolutely nothing to lose by going after it, but you have everything to lose by not, right? Like, do you want to end this year having regrets and what ifs? Because I know I didn't. I did not want to end the year thinking, man, what if I just would have done X, Y, Z? Or what if I would have stopped worrying about what other people thought? Or what if I would have, I did not want to have those regrets, or I could have done more. I could have sent more messages. I could have, done XYZ. I didn't want to have that. And so I put everything I had into this goal. And I decided I was going after it 110% no matter what, because I knew it was going to move me closer to where I wanted to be, even if I didn't hit it, right? Even if I fell short and I missed elite, but I hit premier in my first year, that would have been incredible. But if I never would have set that goal for elite and went after it, I can tell you I never would have hit elite or premier, because I would have limited myself. We set our own standards every day in our life. And if you want to achieve something, you need to raise your standards, not just your goal, right? So for myself, like, it doesn't matter what other people's standards are. And by that, I mean, like, if you see somebody on your team hit Success Club 10 every month, that's great for them. But if your goal is elite, you know, in a year, then you need to be bringing in more people than that. I'm sorry, but that is not going to get you there. So your actions have to match your goals too, right? Like, you can't say I want to be elite and then recruit 3 coaches a month. Like, you're not going to get there. It's not possible. So you need to sit down and really have a gut check with yourself and figure out what you want and reverse engineer that goal and see what it's going to take to get there. But just, you know, showing up as the person that you want to attract. So, for example, if you are sitting there and you're like, I hate how, like, all the coaches I sign up, like, say they want to work this business, but then they don't really show up for it, or they're just not motivated, like self-motivated, or they have a negative mindset, or XYZ, then are you being that person? Because you usually attract the person that you are. So if you want to attract these self-motivated go-getters that are going to be top coaches, then you need to be that person. You need to show up with that level of energy and intensity and confidence, right? You're not going to attract somebody at a higher level than you. It's just not going to happen. Your coaches are going to come in and at the very most match you. But that's like on a good day. That's like 1 out of 10 maybe. Most of the time, they're going to do half of what you do. So if you want coaches hitting Success Club 5 and you're barely hitting Success Club 5, it's not going to happen. So you need to raise your standards. If you want to have your coaches hitting Success Club 5, you need to be hitting 10 or 20 every month. And that's just what happens, because it's a game of follow the leader, right? And your coaches are never going to, most of the time, are never going to do more than you do, unless you get like the random unicorn. But you can't count on that. So, you know, showing up as the person that you want to attract is so important. So I sat there and I said, you know, what is the kind of person that I want to attract to this business, right? Because I'm not going to just pop these random diamonds. They're going to be the people that want to do this with me. They're going to be the people that are like-minded to me. They're going to be these runners, these go-getters, because that's who I am. And so I said, I want to attract people that are self-motivated. I want to attract people that, you know, that have really awesome high energy and are confident and have a lot of belief in themselves. So in order to attract that person, I had to become that person. I had to figure out how to grow that belief in myself. It's not something that you just wake up and are born with, right? Like, we didn't just show up here confident in ourselves. It came through that hard work, right? It's a muscle. That confidence, that belief is a muscle, just like you show up to build your muscles in your workouts every day. You're not going to do one workout and all of a sudden have like jacked arms. You have to show up every day, and over time it's going to happen. But it's the same thing with your mental game as well. If you want that confidence and that energy and that belief, you have to put in the work to get there. And that's going to come through that personal development, which in the beginning I thought was such a joke. Like, I was like, I don't read books. I'm already in college reading enough books. I don't want to read more books. And I thought personal development was for people who were broken. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. I don't need that. And then I realized that I did. And the more personal development I did, the more I saw my business grow, because you will only ever grow as much as you grow yourself, right? So if you're not growing yourself, your business isn't going to grow either. So I started listening to personal development all the time, like on repeat, 24/7. Anytime I was driving in the car, I had PD on instead of music. Anytime I'd literally bring earbuds in my purse, and I have them in there all the time. So when I go to the grocery store, I'm listening to PD as I'm walking around shopping. When I clean the house, I have PD on. When I, like, literally all the time, when I get ready in the morning, when I'm in the shower, it's just like, why would I not feed my brain with positive things that are going to make me grow belief in myself and help me, you know, learn how to have more success, right? Like, success leaves clues. So if I'm going to listen to all these people that have had massive success in their life, why wouldn't I listen to them and see what they're doing and do the same thing? So I started just pouring myself, filling my cup so full of that belief and that confidence through personal development. Because you guys, this is the thing that people are attracted to, right? They're not attracted to the fact that I have 6-pack abs. Like, that's not going to be the reason, and I don't, but like, that's not going to be the reason that they sign up with me, right? They're not going to sign up with me because I'm a top 10 coach. They probably don't even know what that means. You know, like, it's not the accolades. It's not what's on the outside. The reason that people are going to be attracted to you and want to sign up with you and want to do what you're doing is because you have that energy and that confidence that's contagious, right? People want to feel good. People want to believe in themselves. People want to have confidence. People are attracted to positive energy and excitement. So if you show up on your stories and you're trying to attract your dream coach with energy and excitement, you're showing up like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this coaching thing. Like, it's so fun. Nobody is going to want to join you. But if you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I just joined this team. It's incredible. Like, the community is amazing. Everybody is so uplifting and so supportive. That totally changes it, right? And people are like, okay, what is this girl talking about? Like, why is she so excited? Why is she so happy? People want to be happy, right? Like, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for happiness, for freedom, for confidence. They're not looking for all the outside things or these cool accolades. Like, those things are great, but that's not what people are truly searching in their life. So you need to show up with energy and excitement and confidence. You know, even before you have it, you have to show up like you have it, and that's how you will start to build it. The other thing that I want to say is to be yourself, because I find so many people, you know, they look at somebody else that's successful and it's great to learn from them. But if you're following all these other coaches, pretty soon you start to try to be them, right? And you start to like try to post like them, or you start watching their stories and then you start comparing yourself and you're like, well, you start giving yourself all these reasons why you can't or why they're better than you. And truly your superpower is that you are you and that there is no other you in this world. Like, that is your superpower. There isn't another Cassidy. There isn't another Carolyn. Like, you get to be you. And that's what's so cool about this business, is that you're going to attract like-minded people when you're yourself, when you're confident in who you are and what you have to bring to the table, and know that you're enough exactly as you are, and that, you know, you're going to continue to grow through this, but you can achieve what you want with what you have right now if you just are confident in that. And I also want to say that with all of this, like, it's so important that you show up with discipline and consistency, because I can tell you, like, my superpower, my secret is consistency. It's the fact that I've shown up on the days when I didn't feel like it, when I've been in tough times. I've moved several times through this business. This last year, earlier this last summer, I had to call off my wedding and break up with my fiance and move back into my mom's basement and sleep on a mattress on the floor for months. Like, my life has not been perfect and shiny rainbows and unicorns and butterflies all the time. Like, I've gone through hard stuff too, lots of hard stuff in this business. But I've showed up for myself and for my future self and that person that I want to be in, that life that I want to have, every single day. Even when it's gotten hard, even when I didn't feel like it. There's been days that I wanted to quit. There's been days that I'm like, I can't do this. I'm over it. And then I realized where I'm going and what I'm going to get out of this. And I choose to show up anyways. And so it's really that discipline versus that motivation. The motivation is going to come from the discipline. You're not going to be motivated to wake up at 5 a.m. every morning and get your workout in. But the discipline of choosing to not hit snooze and get up and do the thing and feel accomplished and feel amazing, that's where the motivation comes in. Then you're like, man, I feel so good. Now you're motivated to do it again tomorrow. And then tomorrow morning is going to come and that motivation is going to be gone again. And you're going to have to rely on the discipline. But if you don't build the habits through the consistency and discipline, you will never be motivated and you will never get where you want to go. So you have to realize that it's about the consistency and the discipline, not the motivation. The motivation is a byproduct of the discipline and the consistency. So the other thing that I want to say, just going back to kind of like the belief side of things, is I'm sure you guys are familiar with the law of attraction, you know, and what you put out there is what you get back kind of thing. So it wasn't enough for me to just say that I wanted to be an elite coach and write that down every day. Like I said, I had to take action every day that matched that, because you can't just manifest things out of the blue, right? Like you can't just say, oh, you know, I'm going to manifest my dog sitting right here next to me. And then I just close my eyes and all of a sudden my dog is there. Like that's not how it works. You have to put in the work to get to where you want to go. But it takes both pieces, right? It takes that belief and letting go of the control. And that's really hard to do. But I promise you, once you let go of that control, you will have so much more fun. You will enjoy this business so much more. The times when I find myself feeling frustrated and not enjoying what I'm doing is when I'm trying to control the things that I can't control. I'm trying to get frustrated about the fact that I'm in this club and I'm trying to control people saying yes. I'm, you know, getting in the messages and not being authentic, or I'm being pushy because I'm trying to control things. Let go of the control and I just focus on the things that I love and what brings me joy in this business, and the things that I do have control over, like being the best possible version of myself. Everything else happens like I want it to. If I'm focused on those goals and I have them in my forefront every day, and I'm, you know, manifesting them through that law of attraction, I'm writing out those visions that I have. I'm envisioning it like it's already happening. I'm creating my reality, because your brain doesn't know the difference, but your brain knows when you say, I want to, you know, have a six pack, and then you're eating brownies. Your brain knows those two things don't match up, right? But if you're doing the things that match up, it will happen. If you're saying you want to be, you know, you want to hit SC40 and you're sending 5 invites a day, that doesn't make sense and it's not possible. But if you want to say you're going to hit SC40 and then you're talking to 40 people a day and doing those follow-ups and you're consistently showing up, you know, then it's going to make sense and it's going to be possible. So you have to match those things. So for me, I looked at, okay, people that are successful in this business, they hit Success Club every month, right? So that's obviously something that I need to do. But I took it a step further, and I'm not sure if you guys have ever read the 10X Rule, but if you haven't, it's a great book by Grant Cardone, and I totally suggest it. Essentially, I could sum up the whole book in like one sentence. Basically, 10X everything that you're doing if you want to get to a further place, right? So if you want to move your business ahead faster, then you need to help more people and you need to talk to more people. That's essentially all it is. Like, this business is a numbers game, and it comes with the income producing activities, talking to people, starting new conversations, inviting people, getting results, those kinds of things. So I set, in the beginning, I wanted to grow my business faster, and I had big income goals. I made over $1,000 in my first month of coaching because I hit SC20 in my first month and was almost a diamond coach already. Like, I just went all in, and I set the goal for myself to not only hit Success Club every month, but I set the goal for myself to take it a step further, to 10X it, if I wanted to grow faster. And if you don't want to grow faster, that's fine. Then like hitting Success Club 5 is fine. But if you want to move faster and grow bigger, you have to do more. So I set the goal to hit Success Club every single week. And I said, okay, because I know myself and I know I'm a procrastinator, and I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but it's easy to kind of like chill for the first part of the month. And then you get to the second half of the month and you're like, oh crap, I am not where I want to be. And now I'm like stressed out. It's the last couple days of the month. I have girls doing it every single month. And then they're like foot to the floorboard, you know, just like going, trying to frantically hit Success Club the last 2 days of the month. And it's stressful. And then after you do that, you like burn out. And then you take the first part of the month off again because you're like, oh, okay, I did it and I'm worn out. And then you chill a little bit and then you get stressed out again and you do it all over again. So instead, I said, I'm not going to do that to myself. What if I just helped 3 people? What if I told myself, this is literally what I told myself. Like I told myself, you have to hit Success Club every week. So I just told myself that's what the benchmark was. It wasn't every month. It was every week. And so I made it my goal to help at least 3 people every month. And then I actually made it my goal to help 1 person every day, because I know, like, sitting there and thinking about, if I want to help 1 person a day, that's SC 60. If I just told myself I want to hit Success Club 60 and I had only ever hit 5 before, that's really going to sound scary and overwhelming. But if I break that goal down to something smaller that feels more achievable, like, okay, that's 30 people. Well, if there's 30 days in the month, you know, then I need to help 1 person a day, and thinking about who is that 1 life I'm going to go change today. That doesn't seem stressful or overwhelming. But if I'm like, I need to help 60 people right now, like, that's overwhelming. So break down those big goals into smaller things that are more achievable, and, you know, allow yourself the time to do it in those pockets instead of looking at your goal for the entire month and just hoping that you get there. Like, make it, reverse engineer it and break it down into smaller bits. And that really helped me. So from the beginning, I hit Success Club 20 every single month that I've been a coach, without a doubt. Like, my goal is always higher than that, but that was like my non-negotiable, because I knew the income I wanted, the things I wanted, that if I wanted to be there, I needed to help at least 10 people a month. So whatever your goals are, you need to figure out what needs to be your non-negotiables, right? Like, what are your standards need to be? Maybe you don't have a goal of, you know, growing this massive business and hitting elite in the year. Then you can set those smaller goals, but you just need to determine what that is for yourself and break it down and reverse engineer it, and then be willing to show up and put the work in every day, even when you're not seeing it happen, right? Like, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I set that goal for elite in October. I had like 2 months to make it happen. I had no idea how I was going to do it, but I went after it with everything that I had. And I said, I'm going to lay it all on the table. I'm not going to have any regrets, and I'm going to move my business forward by going after it. And the bigger goals that I go after, you know, if I set my goal at Success Club 5, I will never achieve more than that. But if I set it at 30, even if that's scary, I'll probably hit 5 along the way, right? So that's what I did. And we didn't go into qualification for elite until literally 11:59 p.m. on the last final day. Like, this was back in the year that my first year elite, you had to hit it, do the whole Thanksgiving night, hit elite, like, qualify during that short period of time over Christmas. It was so stressful. I'm so glad they changed it. It's way easier now that you can hit it anytime throughout the year. But we did not go into qualification for elite until 11:59 p.m. literally on the minute, on the dot of the last possible second to go into qualification. And it would have been really, really easy for me to lean into all those doubts that I had that whole 2 months leading up to it, that we kept failing, right? We set the goal and we missed it. We set the goal and we missed it. We set the goal and we missed it. We got it and then we lost it. We got it and then we lost it. Like, over and over and over, that kept happening. But I had that unwavering belief in myself and in my team that I was doing this. Like, no matter what, I'm going to make this happen. And I just never gave up on it. And I kept going because I knew I had nothing to lose, and that at the end of the day, I was going to feel happy and excited and accomplished and proud of myself if I did everything that I could control to get there, no matter what the outcome was, right? It's not about the goal, achieving the goal itself. It's about who you become in the process. And if you can achieve the goal, but if you're not proud of what you did to get there or the way that you showed up, you're not going to feel fulfilled when you get there, right? Like we've all been there where we've wanted something so bad and we got there and we're like, this is it. Like you don't really feel that excited because it's really not about the goal. It's about who you become in the process. And you're going to feel so much more proud of yourself, so much more fulfilled and accomplished if you don't have any regrets for the way that you showed up than hitting the goal itself. So that's what I did. And we went into qual. I had to transfer. I was in the bathroom at a bar, literally in the bathroom at a bar with coach relations, transferring a discount coach from one business center to the other, like in the last second to make it happen because we weren't going to hit it otherwise. And the thing is, you have to sometimes take matters into your own hands too. When we were going after that goal, it was November already. And we did not have the coaches I did not have the coaches for Diamond. Like I had a lot of people that said they were going to do it, but they weren't actually showing up and doing it. And so I could have just given up right then and said, well, we don't have the coaches. But instead I was like, what can I control? I can sign up people, right? So I can control getting my spouse account to Diamond. So guess what I did? I worked my butt off and I got my spouse account to Diamond. Then I didn't even have my second business center when I went 5-star. I didn't even open it until after I went 5-star. But I had my spouse account that I built to Diamond because I knew that was something I could control. And then guess what I did? We were in the last week before, and I was like, we only have 4 people that are potentially going to hit Diamond. My spouse, the girl that was already Diamond, and 2 others. This other girl is definitely not doing it. She's nowhere near it. And I was like, well, we can give up or I can figure out another way. And so I signed up my mom's account and built her to Diamond in 1 week, you guys, in 1 week, because it was the only possible option I had. And I was like, I'm not about to let this go. Like I want it so bad, I'm going to find a way. So I built my mom's account to Diamond in a week. I signed her up and I just went ham. I think I probably burnt my eyeballs off because I was staying up so late and getting up so early. This is while I was still working another job. And I was sending so many messages. I was not watching stories. I was not doing any of that stuff. I didn't have time for that. I was so laser focused on the goal that I was only putting effort and time and energy into things that were going to get me closer to that goal. I sent so many invites and so many follow-ups and had so many conversations to make that happen, but it was so worth it to hit that at the end of that and just feel so good that I gave everything I had and that we made it happen. So, sometimes you have to take things into your hands and you have to ask yourself, how bad do I really want it? What kind of sacrifices am I willing to make it happen? Because it's not always going to be pretty, right? It wasn't just this perfect straight line to elite. I didn't just say, I want to be elite, and then it just all came together and happened. No, I had to make sacrifices to get there, but those sacrifices were worth it to me. So you have to, think about what you're willing to sacrifice in the process as well. So yeah, I think that's about everything that I have for you guys. I don't know if there's any questions or anything, but hopefully that was helpful.
Thank you. Awesome job. I have lots of notes too. Lots of things that, are refreshers and things that these new coaches need to hear over and over and over again. Like, as much as you think you know everything, you never do. Like you said, you're always learning. There's always something to learn. And I really like when you were talking about focusing on discipline over motivation, because especially right now, it's probably really hard to feel motivated when half the world's just kind of like Netflix and chilling and you're over here trying to build this business. But this is the time when leaders are born. This is the time when people really step up and prove to themselves what they can do. And, that discipline is always going to be there. Motivation's not always going to be there. And I think that's something that's super important to remember. And especially those of you who are getting up early and hopping on our live workouts, you're doing the right thing. You are disciplined. You're making it happen. And it's just, you'll see the payout of that. You might not see it right away, but you will eventually over time, consistency, the compound effect, all of that. So super important information right there if you didn't know that already. Does anyone have any questions? I like your new place, by the way. It's super cute.
Thank you. I love it too. I'm so happy here.
Yeah. Are you close to mom now too?
Yeah, she's like an hour from me, which is so nice.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Close enough, far enough away, right?
Right. Yeah.
Super nice. Any questions? You can unmute yourself and ask too. You don't have to type it in the chat.
And there's like no dumb questions, you guys. Like I will answer anything you have. So feel free.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What do you think was like the biggest differentiator between like when you decided to go for elite and like hit that goal versus like in the past when you had set goals and like kind of fell short and didn't actually reach it?
I would say the minute that I, really went all in with that belief in myself and didn't give myself any other option. Like I basically put my own back up against the wall and said there was no other option. I didn't give myself the chance to not make it happen or make any excuses. I really turned the goal into a standard because I think so many times like we set goals for ourselves, but goals are not necessarily like something that we're going to do no matter what, right? Like taking your kid to school in the morning, like that's like, you just have to do it, right? Or brushing your teeth, like nobody wants to see your mouth, right? But there's other things that we don't set as standards, we just set as goals. And I think it's so important to realize there's a difference in that if you can switch your goal to a standard and realize that there's no other option, you go in a lot deeper. That makes sense.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, I was muted. Anyone else? I always forget to unmute myself. No? All right. Well, thank you again for being here. We appreciate you taking time out of your night to be here and spend your time with us and share your knowledge. I will see you in like 25 minutes or something for your Zoom call. But yeah, thank you so much. And before you go, let's do a quick little boomerang thing. Just start dancing. I'll put some music on and we'll just have a good time.